We're back from outer space. We're back. We're going to see if this is all working out the way it's supposed to work. Before we left off, we were talking about the lightning figures and how excited we are to see them. But we also were talking about particular moments in this episode. This is working a lot better.
Yeah.
So, with this episode, you guys have pointed out some of the things that you liked. What were those things? What were some of those memories?
Oh, man. Like I said, I liked the ninja outfits.
I did not like those outfits.
And someone did not like them because of the bright colors, the eye holes, how
the
fluffy
extra
they
fabric,
were.
and like... I think it was like kind of like the way that ninjor says ninja, like, and extends it and makes it weird.
Ninja!
And yeah, like that.
Right?
And I was just like,
It's a ninja!
like, why do you say it like that? It makes it sound really goofy.
I like how he called out Kimberly, though. At the very beginning, when they were looking inside.
Oh, yeah. And trolling.
You're rude.
Right? I mean, she was, but also, if I walked in and I heard that, I'm like, you're the guy we're supposed to find?
Who's this little pipsqueak? Oh, you're rude. I was
Right?
like, oh, well, okay.
Question. So we know that this is obviously the TV show's version of how they got their ninja powers. Right. We also had the movie version of how they got their ninja powers. Yeah. Which one did you like better?
Probably the movie.
Why?
Yeah.
Did you like Ninjor more than Delcia?
I like Ninjor more than Delcia. I do.
Do you?
I do like Ninjor. He's on the cloud, man. He's pretty much Goku. It's great. I love that.
Yeah, you know, I haven't actually seen the Power Ranger movie since it came out in theaters.
Long time
How old
ago,
were you back then?
See, Delcia
It came
was,
out in 95.
Five?
So I can't math, but I was born in 86.
I was 15. I was 15.
Wow.
How old was I?
Wow.
About, yeah.
Pulling the curtain back on
I was
age.
15.
Yeah.
So.
I mean,
I'm so
young. I wasn't even born.
When we were kids, we saw the movie. Me, him, our friend Tony, and Fernando. We saw the movie together.
Yeah.
And we went to McDonald's and bought the little
yeah.
communicators they had.
Man.
They barely fit our wrist by this point.
Yeah.
But it was fine. They barely fit his wrist by this point. But it was cool. It was because we got an advanced screening, and I was like, man, this movie's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I remember having to watch the Turbo movie in theaters, and I was like, I had to sneak in because I was like, I'm too old.
I still have my advanced screening ticket, that large one, signed with a few Rangers signed. I still have it.
It was very
that's
cool.
So cool.
I love it.
So with this also, we got new ninja suits, and this is where we kind of left off before we switched the streams.
Oh, yeah.
You guys talked about the ninja suits. You didn't like them, but you
No, she didn't.
You
I
did.
did not.
I do.
You did.
I do. I don't
Got
know.
another super chat, guys.
They're aesthetically
The movie
pleasing.
should have been segued like Turbo.
Yeah, I don't know why
that's
they
when
didn't.
They figured it out. That's when they figured it out.
Yeah, it's a weird thing that you come out with this big production movie, explain all this stuff, and then in the show it's like, just kidding, that's not canon, we're doing our own thing.
They're like, fooled you! And you're like, wait, what? They were like,
Ninjor says, just kidding.
Yeah.
Wait,
I'm the ultimate troll.
Was I the only kid at the time that thought, okay, well, this is obviously there's gonna be a movie, and then when we get back to the show, they're gonna have these new costumes.
Yeah.
And then you were like, wait a minute, they're in spandex
When
again.
we came back, I was very upset. I was very upset the fact that they did not come back in the suits that they had from the film. I was just like, man, this is pissing me off. You know what?
Got another super chat. Larry Newbill, miss you guys.
Oh,
Hey,
miss you
too.
too,
man. Now
all
that
your
I'm
jokes
looking,
for days.
Now that I'm looking at the eye holes, they kind of remind me of
The Dark Rangers? That's all I could think about. If they put like the red in it, I was like, the mask portion, like if it was just like a black band or something, it would have looked really good.
They do now. They look cheesy.
I'm curious about these ninja costumes.
I'm so sorry.
These ninja costumes a little bit, mainly because obviously they seem very comfortable.
Yeah.
Number one, first and foremost. Secondly,
They're flattering.
Do you consider these their own Power Ranger suits? So if there was ever a reunion, would you want to see like one of them appear in one of the ninja suits? You consider that?
Oh,
Yeah.
The black one. That's
The
the
black
only one I
one.
want to see. It's the only
That's
one I want to
the
see.
only one that I was like, that's a ninja.
That's a ninja. All the other ones, I was like, what's going on here?
Maybe the light one, depending what, like snow environment. But I was like,
maybe.
where'd the other
Matthew Thompson also makes a great comment, which I personally think it. Now we're in the times. It kind of the white one looks a little off. It looks we're a hood away from.
Yeah, we're one.
Yeah,
we're
that's
one.
true.
I just want him to
True.
be. I made a meme once that I can never share. It has something to do with that. And
Oh,
it's
really?
Like, I can never share it, but it was like, yep.
I did like the new symbols, like the coins on their chest, though, like the
that was
falcon
cool.
and that.
That was cool. I'm telling you, dude, like aesthetically pleasing.
But they went back to the dino suits in the spandex, even though they don't have dino powers. Like with not even considering the movie and like transitioning into that. Within these 4 episodes of explaining like, oh, there's no more power. You lost the power of dinosaurs, which are supposed to be like Thunderzords now anyway, and your ninjas, and then immediately back into the old dinosaur costumes.
So
and 2 of
let's
them are not even dinosaurs.
Break this episode down a little bit. Now, Lord Zed celebrates his wedding anniversary with Rita Repulsa by getting a new telescope.
So was it a year?
It must have been a year.
Rita even asked, like, how long has it been?
She's like, it feels like centuries. And I was like, oh my god, Rita's
like,
got
sweetie,
jokes.
honey, I don't know. He's in front of her, and she's like, could you move out the way?
And being the voyeurs
like
that they
a couple
are,
100 miles away.
yeah, right. And being the voyeurs that they are, they use the telescope to spy on the Power Rangers and the kids at Angel Grove. Now, there's a tournament taking place, a volleyball tournament taking place in this episode.
Ernie giving free lunches to everyone.
I love it.
Oh
I
my
loved
god.
it so much when Ernie was like, all right.
For the winners.
For
everyone.
And he said, forget it. For everyone.
Sandwiches for all.
Didn't they do an episode where he was going out of business?
Yes.
And have a bake sale?
And they had to save him. And I was just like, shouldn't Billy go up and be like, hey.
Let me be your accountant.
Yeah.
We hear a loud explosion, and this goes off near the Moon Palace, and Billy hears it from Earth, and a skeleton monster comes crawling out of the explosion site. After pausing to lay some eggs, we see the lunar soil. The monster teleports into Zed's throne room, much to Zed and everyone's shock. Rita is introduced to the monster, and your favorite.
Yes, Rito. Who also doesn't get Zed's name right. Like, oh my god, he's so fun and bumbling and just kind of like buffoonish, but also like he conquers like the Power Rangers.
He gets it wrong, which is like you talked about way back earlier. Remember when Skull
was like Fred?
And and it goes back to like how he gets the name wrong too, and it was just like I love
it's just so funny, and he doesn't even care, but he's so nice and kind. He's like, hey, what's up?
We got
so
another
happy
super
to be
chat,
here.
guys. MJ Spud just bought a teabag T-shirt. Miss you guys.
All right.
Oh, bravo, man!
Welcome to the Teabaggers.
There you go.
Now Rito quickly proves to be quite an annoying pest as he continually mispronounces Zed's name, calls him Ed, and then it really frustrates him. But he gives him these new wedding gifts, which are these eggs, right?
Oh, cool.
And
They're
these
gross.
eggs, we don't know what these eggs are at this point. I mean, later on we find out that we know that they're Tango warriors. But as she watches the eggs grow, Rita decides to lure the Rangers into a trap by using Rito as an unwitting decoy.
And he doesn't even know what a decoy is, but he's so hyped.
Yeah,
I like his enthusiasm. It's refreshing.
Oh my god!
Yeah, and it also gets Rito out of the palace.
Yeah.
So this is a nice little ploy.
I love Finster though, walking into the throne room and everything. Like we get to see Finster, and it's American footage, so we knew that.
So you know he's creepy.
Saban spent the money and bought a Finster. So there is a Finster outfit costume somewhere here in America that we need to get.
Oh my goodness.
That's a
one
great
thing
point.
that I am thinking about.
Fantastic
we need to
point.
somehow get.
We need to get that.
We need to get it because Saban's done. Can we get our Finster?
Right?
I'm just saying.
Oh my goodness.
Hasbro, hook us up. That's all I'm asking.
I will
for.
sew us a pigeon rat.
Oh, and then, oh my god! If they get it, we'll make sure you'll wear it. You'll wear that.
Obviously, the Power Rangers really don't teach kids how to lose because the Rangers actually end up winning this volleyball tournament.
Oh god!
And they celebrate Ernie's Outdoor Cafe, and guess what? It's free for everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody gets something for free, or that's how
Everyone
Ernie went out of
gets to
business.
eat. I'm bankrupt. Like it's just like
And he was
that's
like,
all
I
that's
don't
happening.
get dinner tonight, though. I hope you guys are happy.
Bulk and Skull are enjoying their food when they overhear a pair of girls talking about the Power Rangers and how much they love men in uniform. Now, inspired by all these words by a nearby poster, Bulk announces to everyone that he and Skull are going to the Angel Grove Junior Police Academy.
Yes.
Police Patrol. The crowd is literally left speechless.
They were so judgy, and I was like,
I like Rocky's face. Look at Steve Cardenas there.
What?
the over the shoulder, like a double take. Was like,
Yeah, right. It was one of those. Like everyone was shocked. Oh, I loved it.
But I'm like, they always have schemes. Are they really that shocked?
No, right?
Well, this ends up bettering them as people. I feel like
I know.
this
I
is a
loved
good
it.
thing.
I love both and Skull's arc and how they actually tried, and they were.
Yeah.
The haircutting was really traumatic. Though I was like,
dude,
what
on
for junior
screen.
police?
On screen.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, I thought the cool part about this too was that how well we'll get to the end how proud the Rangers are of them.
Yeah. Oh my
It's
god,
kind
I
of
love
a great
that.
moment. Now, accompanied by four
Finally.
monsters, all of which Finster revived from the past, battles to make him stronger. Rito hangs outside the city like an idiot, where his partner takes a hidden position. Rito's presence is detected by Zordon and Alpha 5, but they're unable to identify him due to the system failure in the command center.
Man, that command center has a lot of issues. It's like our buffering issues here. This is our
command center.
It's our command center.
That's right. Regardless, the Rangers are contacted and sent to meet with the unknown threat. Rito makes his entrance to the Rangers, who morph to prepare to engage in battle.
Oh, and the growing looks so good.
I told you, right? When they cross it,
they cross the stabs. You're right. They cross the stabs, and the Thunder Megazord and White Tiger Zord sent out.
I love it.
Rito provides some surprisingly skilled fighting.
Dude, Rito handled them like Rito got the hands. He was like, "Oh, you ready? You gonna get these hands today?" And he laid them out. Like he was like, "Here's the work. Let me lay it out for you." And he just laid them all. I was like, "God."
Right, and Goldar is like giving him some sass, and I'm like, "You've had how many? You've had 2.5 seasons to take these guys over, and Rito comes, and you're being Judgy McJudges over here."
Yeah, Judgy McJudges. Yes.
You were only good the first time you fought them. Yeah. After that, you have never been good since.
Not even close.
Now, this is a great point here that the Thunder Megazord and the White Tiger Zord, they're lured into a trap essentially.
Yeah.
And the Thunder Megazord struggle to survive against Rito. So this
fell apart.
Not only fall apart, but Rito is ultimately like he's a comical dude, but he was a badass when it came to fighting.
That's what makes him good. Like he's funny and bumbling, but also like when it comes down to business, he was like, "Come at me."
Yeah, he was
I
like,
love that.
"Let's do this." Hold my beer. And he went in. He went in, and he was like, "All right, I'm gonna make sure all of you unemployed here. Let me give you this work."
And he was having fun with it. Like he was the villain that was just like, "Yeah."
He was talking mess.
Now, Alpha tries to feed as much power into the Zords as he can. However, it's still not helping, and Zordon warns that the backlash from the power surge could cost the Rangers their powers. Tommy decides to take the risk, being a true leader.
Yeah.
But then things go wrong, and resulting in the feedback overload causes a massive damage to the command center. Now, unfortunately, Rito and his entire his entourage prove too strong, and the Rangers are forced to escape their powers, vanishing from their Zords, falling apart piece by piece beyond all repair. Amazing scene here, because this actually. For a lot of kids, I know my little cousin cried.
Mm-hmm. I was devastated. Where I was like, how do they lose? How? Because the Zords were actually destroyed. They fell apart. They weren't just sucked down into like a gaping hole. They were just. That was really sad.
I love so much Saban footage.
Now, MJ Spud, actually, thank you so much for your latest super chat. He says, "Damn, I remember when there only used to be 5 people in the chat. Now there's 50. Damn proud of you guys. Thank you guys so much.
Man.
And thank everybody out there for watching. We love talking about this retro stuff and really getting into it. Definitely. And we also like hearing your opinions on the retro stuff. So hit us with the super chat, just like MJ Spud did, so we can read some of your comments, because I'd love to hear what you guys were thinking around this time. And as you're watching these episodes back with us, I want to hear what some of your thoughts are. Yeah. Now, we're talking about the devastation of the Megazord.
Of the Thunder Zords.
And
we've only got them for a short amount of time, and I love these. I was like...
For a whole season. For one whole season only.
And I love the Thunder Zord, because I love the whole...
so good.
How their little cockpit was right there inside the center. It was like, I love that how it all worked out.
Like, both designs just look really good.
And then,
so that means that next Morphicon we need the Thunder Zord cockpit? Is that what
I'm down.
Big giant circle.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Or we can just do the police station, Vulcan Skull.
Vulcan Skull. I love that song. Vulcan Skull.
Oh my God, that song was so good.
All right, so that ended part 1 of this. Now, we're going to get into part 2. No longer able to morph, the Rangers are returned to the wrecked command center.
And I like how Kimberly's like, we have to walk.
Yeah,
I was like, girl, what? That's the least of your problems. Damn it, Kimberly.
I love Kimberly's complaints. They're misplaced. And like, Kim, shut up.
We have better, more important things to worry about, Kimberly.
Yes.
Zordon confirms that with the command center and the power almost gone, there's no way to restore the destroyed Zords. When Adam asks where the powers came from, Zordon explains that beneath the Desert of Despair lies the hidden temple, where the keeper Ninjor originally forged the power coins.
Yeah, man.
Though this would be dangerous, the Rangers realize that Ninjor is their only hope, and that Zordon uses the last of the command center's power to teleport the Rangers to this desert.
And I like how Tommy is just like, I think in the back of his head, he's like, again, I lost my powers. Again.
We got another super chat, guys. Another super chat. They should have ran and charged up to 50%. What do you guys think? Should the Rangers have ran away?
No, they couldn't recharge. I mean, like, he was a massive immediate threat. They needed to take care of him if they could at that time.
Okay, I agree. I agree.
I think the movement as far as going away and doing the retreat when they did was perfect.
Now, back in Angel Grove, Book and Skull have just arrived at the police academy. Skull's having second thoughts, and it's about to run away. They have to do a lot. They have to run, swim, physical activity as part of the training. So Book carries him screaming to the registration office.
It's so cute. I thought that was so cute.
It was.
Now, on the moon, Rito's eggs are finally hatching to Rita's delight, but Rito has already forgotten what the eggs are hatching into. Because he's an idiot.
So many things are wrong.
funny.
If he were smart, he would be the ultimate villain.
He really would.
Now, a bit of threatening from Rita in jogging his memory, Rito introduces the newly hatched Tango warriors to her, and they're flying around the Moon Palace, and one of the eggs remains unhatched. Now, Rito reveals that this contains a very special monster, the vampirus.
He doesn't remember. Oh, he didn't remember initially. He was like, oh, yeah.
That's something special.
So, let's chat about the Tango Warriors for a second. Now, we know these were taken from the movie.
Yes.
What did you think of their look, and how menacing did you think they looked at the time?
They are not menacing.
What?
They're not.
They're not menacing.
Dude, they look like those things from, what is that movie with David Bowie and the
Labyrinth?
Jim Henson? Yeah, they look like those. Is it the Labyrinth where they have those things that like?
I'm thinking of a different one. I think. Dark Crystal. Thank you.
They look like the Dark Crystal thing, so automatically I'm like, I don't like it.
But for Power Rangers, they're just like, they don't even fly yet, and they're just kind of like.
Did you? I know this is now we're in the Hasbro era of our sponsorship. Did you say the fuck? Is that what I just?
No, I don't think.
I'm just kidding.
No.
I don't think so.
We're gonna have to bleep that. All right. So Zed suddenly spots the Rangers through his visor, and as they cross the desert and realize that they're seeking the Temple of Power. Rita gets the idea to have the Tango Warriors attack the Rangers once they find the temple, then place their eggs near the temple so that vampires can steal the powers when it hatches. Using the map given to them by Alpha, the Rangers cross the desert of despair and try to.
You're doing this on purpose, producer.
And try to ignore the woeful screamings in the air that give the desert its name. Now, Kimberly pauses to pick up a rock, which sets off a fire trap that the Rangers barely evade. It didn't look like a rock. And
also, where did the map come from? And Zordon is like, it's a myth.
Yeah. I was like,
you found these?
Yeah,
okay, wait, can we go back just for a second? That Zordon found the power coins with Alpha, with a map, and he was like, we're going to use them.
Yeah, no, he was like, what are these? I don't know, but we're using them. Don't worry about it, Alpha. Just take them and run. Like,
your ninjor is way better than your Zordon.
Oh, better than my Zordon. Your
ninjor is really good. We'll get to
that.
We'll get to it.
And how did he make White Ranger? I'm so confused about like the legacy of this.
So
like, because he found it.
Did he steal that power too?
That's an interesting question, actually.
Zordon's a thief.
Where did he make the White Ranger?
Right, and if you needed the power coins, and Ninjor created these 5 power coins, what? I also did like a theory thing.
Yeah, that's right. I remember.
And
Wait.
Like,
I think this isn't even a super chat, but I'm gonna read it because I think this might be my best comment ever. Megan Strickland says, "I know, right? Live chat beats the boring crap my dad watches on TV right now." Thank you so much for your support, Megan. That is the best comment I think I've ever heard.
Thank you very much.
All right, so now we have this the Rangers barely evade, but the map burns to ashes. Now powerless and lost, they must stumble into the quicksand pit. And just Aisha stumbles into the quicksand. Eventually, Billy spots a rock formation that he thinks is the map directed him to.
There's a rock. That's where it is.
That's where it is.
That's essentially what Billy did. He's sense of direction is great. Aisha falls into the quicksand. They all form a human chain, and they call it out like they've done this before.
Yeah. Ready?
Yeah.
Human chain. Let's form a chain. What are we doing now?
They're like,
but they all knew what's up.
Chain formation, number sequence 2. And I'm like, what? And then they just knew exactly what to do.
I do almost wish that Rocky, not being the smartest, was like, I don't know what you gotta have to explain this to me.
Form a what?
We're doing what with our arms now?
I'm like, huh?
The Tangos suddenly arrive and destroy the Rangers, and they quickly prove to be far more dangerous minions than Rita or Zed's putties ever were. As the Rangers run for their lives into the rock formation, Adam accidentally triggers a hidden switch that opens the path into the tunnel.
That was trippy because he was just leaning on it, and then it just moved, and that was perfect.
Yeah.
With no other way to go, the Rangers follow the tunnel to the dead end, which is revealed to be an illusion when Tommy steps into the wall and vanishes.
Okay.
And he's so far ahead, he didn't wait for anyone.
No, but see, that wasn't the thing was, but what Tommy did, he was going to punch the wall.
Because he was
frustrated. Pay
frustrated.
attention to it, because that's what happened.
He was frustrated.
People don't notice that, but he was like, and he just flew right into the wall, and I was like, wait a minute. Whoa, that's
he lost his powers twice. This was the only way to get it, and he was like, "I'm not a Power Ranger again." And he was
like, "Not again."
Well, let me ask you guys this: do you think that Tommy at this point was questioning his leadership because they all lost their powers under his command?
Oh, I think so. I think.
Well, I don't know
he
his
felt
speech, like his speech to rile everyone together, like when Ninjor's like sassing them, and I was like, Tommy is meant to be a leader.
Yes.
Maybe at this point he's probably questioning, but he pulls it together and he really proves that he should be the leader of the Power Rangers.
I agree with that 100%. We followed the tunnel to the dead end. The other Rangers follow Tommy and the Tango's place Vampirus eggs outside of the rock formation. That ends part 2.
Yes.
Now we're going to jump into part 3. The Rangers step out and find themselves in a beautiful forest leading up to the gates of the Orient Temple.
Great set production.
I love that with the falls.
That
so
was
good.
really good,
especially for ninja like, kind of theme. I like it.
It wasn't left over from the film. That was something they did, and it was just like, dang, this is good. This was really good.
Now, as they enter, a voice demands to know what they're doing in the temple. Billy tracks it to the source of the voice. It's in a blue vase, and it finds a tiny armored figure inside, who is revealed to be
Ninjor.
This is going to be great.
Good.
This is going to be great.
So good.
After growing to his full size, Ninjor again demands that the Rangers tell him to their reasons for intruding on the Temple of Power.
How dare you? Who are you, and why would you come here?
That's what he says.
Yes.
They explain to him the Zordon, the Power Rangers, and how Lord Zed defeated them. But Ninjor shows no interest in their plight and tells them to leave.
Stand back! No, there's no reason for you to be here. I don't care.
Oh no, what did he say?
Cool story, bro.
It's something like that. He said that to an extent. That's like something like that right there.
That's
true.
true.
They say their thing, and he looks at him, and he goes,
Cool story, bro.
I was like,
I hope when we do
That's
Cosmic
canon.
Detectors, you
I
are
will have
bringing
to do
Ninjor back to
Ninjor. I
life.
will.
This is going to be great. Tommy tries to console his friends over the loss of their powers, explaining that Zed can never destroy their own power of friendship between them, and that they'll find another way, which is the speech you talked about.
Yeah,
Yep.
I love that speech, but also I was thinking like Rito's gonna come and step on them.
yeah, right? Like, Rito's like, I can't
Rito is
wait.
the man.
Boom. He's like, I can't wait. And he's just gonna step on people.
Yeah.
What else do we got? So then after that, hearing this, Ninjor convinced that they're not seeking powers out, agrees to help the Rangers.
All right, it's fine. You're in.
That's what he said.
Because they had goodness in their hearts and they were willing to fight no matter what.
Now, I
that.
really like the B story of this. Now, at the police account,
Man, this was intense for me.
What's the
This
best
was really
part?
intense.
Bulk and Skull are introduced to Lieutenant Jerome Stone, who has been appointed to train his new recruits. Now, the pair
Love it.
first stop in the barber shop for the police regulation crew cut, which goes over as well as it can for them.
We're gonna make you guys
which,
pretty.
to say that is not too well. They're not so happy with their new looks.
On screen, they actually got their haircuts on set. That moment, man. That is trippy. That is
Yeah.
trippy.
We got another super
that's
chat.
dedication, man.
Great meeting, Elle. Thanks for the pic and like on Instagram.
Oh, of course.
That is from Arturo Beltran.
All right.
All right. So now let's go to the next thing here.
Oh, man.
Where am I?
But
Okay,
man,
here we go.
That haircut was so good though.
Right,
Now-
it was.
There it was.
Okay.
Skulls looked really good.
Yeah,
They both
and
looked
when
really
it's
good.
going and they're shaving the sides, I was like, oh man, that's
I
actually
thought
a
they
modern.
would keep it. I was like, keep it right there.
He looks good.
Yeah,
I
was
like
keep
that.
it right there.
Now, the Rangers this is back to the Rangers. They're guided by Ninjor to harness new powers deep within their souls. The powers of ninja. This is the power that focuses on using intelligence and cunning in a battle as opposed to the brute force of the past Dinozords and Thunderzord powers. They're granted new power coins, ninja robes with their familiar Ranger colors, and a set of new ninja Zords. Meanwhile, back to our B storyline, Bulk and Skull's police training proves less impressive as their slacker attitudes towards exercise and earns them earns them a little tongue lashing from
yeah,
Lieutenant Stone.
yeah.
He's
But
not
they
too fun.
were doing pretty good, like keeping up. Where it's like they obviously said that they don't really exercise, but they were running and
They were hiding away inside of things. It was very, very much like Looney Tune-ish type of stuff, where they were like, all right, we're going to hide behind this fake wall. And then when the wall gets moved, they're holding umbrellas and drinking out of
Oh, yeah,
coconut.
that one was cute. I like that.
That was funny. That was funny. I loved it. They were like...
You know, and Lieutenant Stone actually sticks on the show for quite a while.
Yes, he does. And I love Lieutenant Stone after
So do
a
I.
while.
So with their new powers, the Rangers leave the temple grounds to battle the Tangos. Now their feather-headed fiends quickly prove they are no match for the might of the Ninja Ranger forms, and soon they take off in a panic. Ninjor comes out to congratulate the heroes for mastering their powers and see them off as they morph once again into the Power Rangers and return to Angel Grove. However, Ninjor does not notice that the Vampirus egg as it begins to hatch.
Yes.
And that's how we end part 3. Now we're going to jump into part 4.
I just like how anyone can walk up to his gate, though. Like, he was like, the gate will do everything for me.
Yeah, pretty much.
Got another super chat, guys. Matthew Thompson says, I feel Tiger Coin was damaged in the Zordon Rita fight. That the Tiger Coin was damaged in the Zordon Rita fight. Interesting.
Wait, what Zordon Rita fight?
I don't know.
I'm gonna go?
Rita fight. Yeah, I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Explain what you mean there, Matthew Thompson. He's actually, I love Matthew Thompson.
Yeah.
I know.
I loved hanging out with him at Power Morphicon.
That was super fun.
Okay.
He's a great guy. Part 4. Now the Rangers return to Angel Grove in a none too soon as Rito Revolto is back, destroying the city. Now the Rangers use their new ninjazords to prove against Rito. You have something to say?
No.
Which infuriates Zed. As Boken Skull's police careers, they are made to run the Hangman obstacle course, with Lieutenant Stone snapping at them every step of the way.
But man, that song, like, they made the most use out of the...
Boken Skull, shape it up. Yeah, it was great.
Gotta be fit to be a police officer. Something like that. It was so weird.
It was just sing-song, like, this is what they're doing, like, trying to just describe what it is, but they put music to it.
Look at Bolt climbing up the wall. Nope, he can't. Okay, fell. Skull, he did it good.
Yeah, that is, I mean,
like, wow.
I believe those are the actual words.
Pretty close, pretty damn close. Now, the Rito suddenly draws a flamethrower and begins making a strong assault. The Rangers counter by bringing the Ninjazords together to form the Megazord.
Ninja Megazord. But we've talked about this before, I think off camera, but that's not an ape.
Yeah, that's what I was saying too. I was like, it's just a humanoid.
Well, that's not a crane either.
That's a ninja. Yeah, no, that's a ninja. That's like a
ninja
samurai.
man. That's a ninja samurai man.
Ninja samurai.
Like, that
man.
looks like a frog, a wolf.
That?
That could be a bear, but like, that is just a humanoid.
You know what? Actually, looking at these Zords, it's very reminiscent to what we're doing on Saturdays, which is the Ranger wrap up.
Right.
Because they also have like a man Zord. There's a dragon. There's a dog.
Yeah, that's right.
It's a very mixed group. Now, I feel like that's very similar to this.
That's actually very true.
Now that we're looking at it. But not only do we get the Ninja Megazord, we also get the Ninja Mega Falcon Zord. Now, this time, the fight is too much for Rito, and he goes down exploding. Though he slips back onto the moon in the last second, but back on the desert, the Vampirus is now fully hatched and ready to capture the Temple of Power for Lord Zed. As much as the Rangers help the repair the command center, the alarm goes off. Angel Grove is still quiet, but with the command center still mostly offline, Alpha isn't able to locate the disturbance. Bulk and Skull, meanwhile, are testing every one of Lieutenant Stone's last nerves as they repeatedly try to slack off at every part of the obstacle course.
Oh, man.
Now, Vampirus orders Ninjor to come out and challenge him in the desert. When he does, Rita and Zed make the monster grow, but Ninjor enlarges himself to fight the enemy on equal terms. The fight is detected by Zordon as the repairs to Command Center are completed. The Rangers head out to aid Ninjor and the Ninja Mega Falcon Zord. That's a mouthful. That's what she said. Okay.
All right. Well.
I do love it with the wings though. Like when the Zord kind of comes together normally,
I
it looks
love the
so
Falcon
basic.
Zord because the thing is, there's that moment where it flaps like it'll fly at someone.
Hey, we got another super chat.
Yeah.
This one is MJ Spud challenging you to a Ninjor voice off challenge.
Yes. His is really good
This is really good though.
Bring it, man. Bring it. It's years in the making.
It's really good. So
do it.
Well, if you're ready, I am too.
That's it.
Yes.
Ninjor shifts into a battle mode which wounds Vampirus, allowing the Rangers to finish the monster off. Now, with all of his plans foiled once more, Zed takes out his anger on Rito, who to top it all off is still getting his name wrong.
Oh yeah.
At the command center,
He gets it right once. He's like, Zed. I'm so sorry, Ed.
I'm sorry, Ed. Yeah, he says, I'm so sorry, Ed. It was like, oh.
Now, at the command center, Ninjor gives his congratulations and thanks the Rangers for all their help and swears that he will continue to aid them in the fight against evil. Likewise, the Rangers give their congratulations to Bulk and Skull, now both fully graduated officers of the Angel Grove Junior Police Patrol.
Yeah,
that was
congrats,
so sweet
man.
considering they're such bullies to them normally.
Yes.
And that look of like, you're gonna join the junior police squad.
But they did it, and I think
And
that
I don't know how they got it though. Did they just let everyone in? Because obviously there was they didn't even show any progression of like the Mulan, I'll make a man out of you, of like them getting
they did. They had the one where Bulk actually made it over the wall. He actually made it one.
But isn't it like Skull pushing him over the wall?
No, he made it over, and Skull is right next to.
Oh yeah, and he was like,
He goes, "Oh man, I'm proud of him. Oh, he's doing a great job." Like, So it was like he's doing well. So I was like, bravo.
Another great point about this too is that I feel at this point now that the Rangers are proud of Bulk and Skull. Do you think that they're consider them friends at this point?
I don't think they're friends yet.
Associates.
They're no longer bullies.
Would you go to the Associates Police Academy guy? I wouldn't.
I wouldn't. I'd be like, yeah, I was there. yeah, sure, I was there. Yeah,
so to sum it all up, and I'm going to ask you guys in the chat, how many power coins are you going to give this episode? How many do you give it? Or this group of episodes?
This group of episodes. Honestly, I'm going to give this group of episodes about 5 because I loved the Bulk and Skull interaction and growth that was there. That character growth for them was great. I love Ninjor, and I get to do the voice now. And
you do.
I do.
This is inspiring me to write Ninjor scenes now.
Just write more Ninjor scenes, and I will give me a really great monologue so I can be like,
you have to understand, Rangers, that life is precious for everyone.
You know, like that whole thing.
MJ Spud says, "Night, guys. It's 3 a.m. here," and he just gives us a super chat. Thank you so much.
Hey, man, thank you for the dedication, dude. 3 a.m. and you're up. We appreciate it.
And it was a pleasure meeting you over the weekend, MJ. You're an amazing guy.
I know, you came all this way. That was amazing. I love that.
We had dinner with him last night. It was great.
That was my prom date.
And he also did say that he thought, like, I asked, hey, does everybody seem like how they are in real life?
Yeah.
And he goes, well, for the most part, but Jezzer seems more disheveled in real life.
Did he really?
Yeah. No, but because you have to remember, Jezzer was doing almost anything and everything.
That was pretty funny.
For the prom and for the con. So Jezzer's running around and booking interviews. Jezzer was killing himself.
So, Elle, what do you give this group of episodes?
I actually really liked it. I'm going to give it a 5.
I'm also going to give it a 5. This is our first time
all
giving
agreed.
a 5 on anything.
Congratulations. A 5. Marks a 5. Not a 10.
Jerry, Hall of Horror, which we met at MorphCon as well, gives it a 5.
And his mom dressed up as Rito was so good.
Oh my god, I loved it. So good.
David, one half of the
DDT
cosplay, 4 out of 5. Funny K Comics gives it a 5. DDT Cosplay gives it a 4.5. Come on, guys. Layla, who we talked to last night, gives it a 4.5. Thomas Franco gives it a 5. Matt gives it a 5.
Wow, really high.
Megan Strickland, who I met at Power MorphCon as well. Thank you for stopping by, Megan. Also gives it a 5.
Yes.
So all of you guys seem to like it. Now, of course, there's production notes, and I think that's a big part of the show that people like are the notes. Now, this is the last episode, or this is the last episode to show Sentai footage of Finster's workshop.
Really?
Oh, after that we don't get any more of Finster's workshop.
No,
but we get American footage.
American footage only.
Yes.
Now these episodes combine footage from 3 different Super Sentai series.
Thank you, because I was thinking about like, when does Rito ever show back up, and I don't ever see him fighting like in the field, you know?
Oh, okay.
So I was like, that had to be old school Sentai from something that we'll never see again. And then after that, the last of the Zords. That had to be something, and I was like, come on, there was so much.
Now, the rehashed footage is monster footage from isolated pieces of Morph Ranger stock footage used in Part 4 when the Core 5 are looking at the Vampires. That's from Zoo Ranger. Thunder Zord, the Thunder Megazord, and Tiger Zord / Kiba Ranger stock footage from Die Ranger. And the footage from Rito and the Ninja Zords / the Ninja Megazords are from Kaku Ranger. So that's 3 different Sentais. There. The final scene of the Ninja Quest Part 1 is referred to by fans as the Zord Carnage. Due to the graphic details in which the Zords fell apart.
That was super sad.
The episode begins Bulk and Skull's enrollment in an Angel Grove police patrol, making an explicit and popular change in the characters for the duo as they turn from antagonist idiots into good-natured goofs.
Yes.
So this is quite the change for the characters.
Yeah, it is.
It only took 3 seasons to get there.
Character development was like, wow, they really went for it.
Yeah.
Now, in Part 2, Rito wanted posters.
I love that.
Rito's wanted posters used one of the animated shots featured in the series for early coloring books.
Oh.
So I don't know if you
really?
that. Yeah, it's from the early coloring books. A new method of enlarging monsters is introduced in this episode, which you guys talked about, and it is Crossing of the
Crossing of
Stabs.
the
Yeah.
Stabs.
That's right. Now the four-parter marks the final appearance of the Triceratops, Pterodactyl, saber-toothed tiger, the white tiger power coins as a result of overloading the morphing grid, stripping the Rangers of the original power source. Adam
R.I.P.
would use a charred morpher of the Mastodon and Mastodon power coin in Power Rangers in Space and Always a Chance, where it was a repaired version in Operation Overdrive's Once a Ranger. Jason would again use the Tyrannosaurus power coin in Wild Force's Forever Red. Classic Forever Red. This is the final appearance of the Thunderzords and White Tiger Zord. Also the final appearance of the Dinozords as a part of the Thunderzord summoning sequence.
That's so sad. I really love those Zords, and the new ones I'm not as... I don't like them as much. It really isn't.
Maniac gives us a super chat. Part 4 is the first episode to use the first official version of season 3.
Oh yeah, as far as the intro.
Because
you'll see the moment on there, part 4, where they have Bulk and Skull and they're in the cop suits and everything.
That's
and I was like, oh man.
This episode also marks the debut of the Tango Warriors, Rita and Zed's new foot soldiers, which replaced the putties. They were previously seen in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie, which we already know, and referred to as the Tango Warriors instead of the Tango Warriors. And part 2 uses no Sentai footage whatsoever.
Really?
Of this, yes.
Dang.
This is also the first appearance of the Ninja Zords and the Ninja Ranger suits and powers, Ernie's Outdoor Cafe, Ninjor, and Lieutenant Jerome Stone. First appearances all around in season 3 here. This is also the final time Finster uses the Monster-Matic.
Aww.
I know. Now we're getting attached to Finster. It's crazy, right?
Well,
ever since you brought that up, like from the comics, like I like him, but also scared.
I reverence him because I fear and respect him. So.
Yeah.
That's it.
This was the first time, the first episode to feature either bloopers or an extra scene during the end credits.
Yeah, I love those.
I love those so much. Right? It's dancing and he was like this.
His dancing is so cute, and they're like, "Yeah, we're winning." And I was like, I was actually like, "You guys did a really good job. You guys beat the Power Rangers. Yeah, I'm sad for them, but also you deserve it.
Good for you." Right? One of those.
This would continue all the way through Power Rangers in Space Countdown to Destruction. Now, the Desert of Despair is the same desert as the one scene around the command centers are filmed, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, it all kind of looks the same, except for more wailing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, with those little ghosts coming up.
This is also, now, it's from some of you fans from our Star Trek show that we used to have on Pop Culture Renegades, this is also the famous Gorn fight from the original Star Trek series.
Oh my God!
Also
really? That's where it was.
Yeah, that's the original Star Trek series, and that's Power Rangers. If you see
my God! Dun, 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 dun,
yep.
Oh
Now,
God.
the search for Ninjor parallels the quest for the great power in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie. This is very similar storylines here.
Very similar storyline.
The Stag Beetle tries to drain the Thunder Megazord power at one point. This is quite similar to the draining the Dino Megazord powers and is unused Zord footage of a monster originally.
Oh yeah.
The actual suit of Dai Ren O was destroyed during the events of the episode, which were never remade for reasons unknown. This is noticeable in some footage of Gokaiger, one of the Gokaiger movies, and the Go Buster versus Gokaiger movie. I have no idea what I just said now, but just go with it.
I didn't know they. That was their crossover.
Yeah.
The Gokaiger and Go. Oh, I didn't know they had one.
The Ninja Mega's Falcon Zords battle against Rito in Part 4 is also the only time that the middle verse of the full theme is played in the show.
Oh.
Part 3, the Rangers are given the Ninja Zords and activate them. They are given color order: red, yellow, blue, pink, black, white.
Yeah, they were just colored Rangers. It was no longer like Saber-Tooth Tiger.
Yeah, that's right.
Yellow Ranger.
It was Yellow Ranger because they couldn't say Mega Super Power Ninja Ultra. Like that's way too much. You said all that. P.S.
Wow, guys, we got a huge super chat right now.
What?
Huge super chat. Somehow I prefer the movie when it comes to the Ninjetti fights, though for everything else, Ninja Quest. Also, if Zordon created the White Ranger and not Ninjor, shouldn't Tommy have new Green Ranger powers?
Thank you.
Limitations, complications aside.
Thank you. That's what we were saying.
Yeah, earlier, and it was just like, what? I don't what's going on. None of this makes sense.
Yeah, because it was like, now if we give the whole thing where we're like, okay, so Ninjor happened to make the coins and everything, and then clearly Zordon sent Alpha to steal them. I mean, that's what happened. That's
Maniac,
now.
Maniac, thank you so much for that super chat. It is much appreciated, and that's going to go towards non-buffering stuff.
Yes. Hopefully on Tuesday.
On Tuesday, which we're going to talk about in just a second here.
All right.
Now, in part 3 onwards, the Rangers no longer call their Zords when they morph in previous episodes. They go back calling their Ranger colors, which we just talked about. Yeah. Rito's line, "He who fights and runs away lives to fight another day,"
was also used by Scorpina and Goldar.
That's right. Yeah. Goldar's vice versa.
Oh, I knew it. Oh my God, I'm getting good at this.
You get a gold star.
Thank you.
That is true. You got it. All right. So now, obviously, with any group of episodes, there has to be errors, and we're going to talk about those. And this is probably my favorite part of this. Finster stated that he recreated 4 of his most horrible monsters. The Octo Phantom, the Stag Beetle, had been created by Zed, actually.
Oh, yeah, they
not
were.
by Finster. Like, similar errors were made by Zordon and others in Season 2 when monsters were attributed to Zed were originally Finster's creations under Rita. During the destruction of the Thunder Zord, the guys went from holding Kimberly back to shielding their faces, then back to holding Kimberly again. So that was just an editing error.
Okay.
What was Kimberly gonna do? No, the Zords. I will sacrifice myself.
Sacrifice myself for those damn Zords.
Hey, sometimes it's just when you're in that middle of loss, you don't know what to do. You're just shocked. So she would just no. And so
but that acting was so good. I felt it. Like I felt it deep inside.
Somewhere give her the.
I would say that Kimberly is probably the best at acting wise. The best out of the 6. Yeah. Now, at the end of part 1, when the command center the powers get overloaded, while there's a large explosion, the console was left intact. However, at the beginning of part 2, the place is shown completely wrecked with the control panels ripped out and blown up, and the console's blown up.
And I was watching it, and I had to pull back and did Rito show up there? Because I don't remember anything blowing up in the command center.
It's delayed reaction, so it takes some time to surge through and then actually explode.
So travel all the way through the grid.
We're all wearing our Cosmic Protector colors.
Oh my God.
Interesting. I just realized this. All right. In part 2, bright flashes of light clearly showed that the lights of the command center were nothing more than strung up Christmas tree lights. Did you guys notice that?
I actually...
That's what I'm trying to use in the backyard. I want to set that up and have
there's Morphicon. Now we know how to make a command center.
Exactly, right?
In part 2, the distinctive rock formation, which is marked in the entrance to the temple, were identical to the double peak mountains where the command center was located.
Yes.
The Rangers seemingly knew that Rita and Zed had sent the Tango Warriors despite never having encountered them before.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what
Weird
else?
Cross
what else?
with the movie kind of.
But what else would you think?
Alternate reality.
You're like, all right, hey, we're walking over, and something tries to stop us from doing.
It has to be.
It has to be Rita and Zed.
Rita's plan had been for the Tango Warriors to attack the Rangers after they found an opening to the temple power, but then attacked them before this. Just before the Rangers formed the Ninja Megazord, the Falcon Zord fired a pink laser out of its mouth. But when Rito blocked it, it was blue.
Yeah.
This is also because Kaku Ranger counterpart did not have the Falcon Zord fire at him. The Holy Stealth Beast, I'm not going to say this word because I'm not going to get it right. It's a very long word. I'm going to try it, though. It's Tsubasamara. That's completely wrong. Was the 6th auxiliary mech in the Kaku Ranger, and then was introduced late. The footage is used for the fight, for the Zord fight, was taken from the episode where Rito's counterpart was destroyed. The Ninja Zord began to form the Megazord prior to Ninjor transforming in the battle with Vampirus. However, they were about to get him, so they are seen arriving as individual Zords again and reformed once again. That sounds very confusing.
So
it's just the cuts are weird.
Yeah, they're already together, and then they were just and then they're back together again. You were like, wait, what?
Just the editing.
So many bad
editing.
A little.
And now in part 1, as the Rangers perform the movements to morph, the formation of each Ranger changes every time the camera cuts. In the first scene, where the Rangers pull out their morphers, they are shown lined up in a single file line, facing towards the camera. The second scene, where the Rangers pull out their morphers, their left shoulders are shown side by side. Finally, when thrusting and turning the morphers forward, they are shown in a pyramid formation. It's also worth noting that the morphers is activating before the thrusting begins.
Wait.
Why is this all
they're
kind
lined
of
up.
naughty
They're lined up, and then later they're all like this, and then they're standing on each other.
No, pyramid this way.
Okay, I was like, what are they? I don't remember that.
I kind of noticed that too, but also I think I was distracted because they did like the full on like let's grab our morphers and like
yeah.
So like the cuts I didn't even notice, but I was like, why don't you just have to say it's morphin time? We're in an emergency right now.
We don't need to get into a.
I was always the kid that waited for the moment where it's like you're gonna give me this long call sign for your change, and just the giant monster is going to step on you instead of waiting. Like they're like, all right, Mega Ninja. Oh well, that's it. Show's over.
Right. Because in real life, like that's how it would happen. It's like I don't have time for. I did it.
All right, in part 1, when the Stag Beetle kicks the fallen Thunder Megazord in the legs, the original Dino Megazord can be seen during the explosion of the impact.
Oh, wow. I need to watch that then. I need to see that.
When the Rangers morphed from Ninja to the Power Rangers, Rocky's morpher was closed. This would be repeated stock footage 3 more times.
Oh.
See, I don't even notice like that, like those small little details.
But now
I won't be able to see it. Yeah.
Like,
there it is.
Yep, we're gonna be able to count the other 3.
Yeah.
In part 4, Rito was shown to be the same size as the Ape Ninjazord, which is not an ape, by the way, and the Ninja Megazord, of which the Ape Ninjazord was just a left arm.
It's a dude in a samurai suit. That's why I had the S
So wait,
on his chest.
let's put this in perspective. He was supposed to be the same size as the Ape Ninjazord.
Yeah.
But the Ape Ninjazord is also the left arm of the giant Megazord.
Yes.
And he's also supposed to be the same size of that.
Yes.
My slipper.
God damn it. It was ramping up still.
Oh, sorry.
The worst day.
Kid.
Are we on the same? Yeah, we are. So we're back. Sorry about that. Quick break. Shape it up, Bulk Skull. So, gotta jump a 6-foot wall. Gotta swim in a giant lake. Gotta run for 15 miles. Gotta make it through a maze. Gotta be like Superman. You gotta be strong. You gotta be brave. Shape it up. Shape it up. Shape it up, Bulk Skull.
I just love that. Like the song literally just saying everything they were doing. That's all it was.
I feel like if we ever have like another after party, we need to work in some of these songs into the DJ sets.
I told you I need to go ahead and purchase that Power Rangers CD. I need that so bad.
And like during this, like if we could all just run around being like hut 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 hut.
Oh, like sometime during the Oh my God, next Power
instead of like a
Morphicon.
conga line,
Next
like
Power
we'll do
Morphicon
this.
at some time.
Yes.
We'll step away. We'll put on the police outfits
with like our
the
names or
t-shirts.
something on it, and be like,
with our
hut,
names
and we
the
just
t-shirt,
run around.
And we'll just run around the entire con real quick, just like hut 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 hut.
Yes.
Just a lap, and then after that we'll go back and we'll change back to normal.
Yeah.
Okay, we're doing it. We're doing it. I don't care what happened.
So obviously you guys know you're watching the Retro Ranger wrap up here at that hashtag show. One thing that we didn't mention that we probably should have is if you like throwback stuff, then you should get some of our throwback mashup t-shirts that we had at Power Morphicon. Those are on our TeePublic store. Check those out. Those are the new shirts.
Well, no, one of them still is a throwback.
Those are the old shirts. I meant
it's dangerous to go alone.
But we do have exclusive Power Morphicon shirts. You can check out that TeePublic store. Just hit that link and.
The Power Rangers in Space one is so good.
Oh, no worries. But yeah, those Power Rangers Space ones are the hottest sellers.
Dude, well, everything at Power Morphicon were great shirts. They were all great shirts. Like I love everyone. Like I used to love asking people, "What's your favorite one?" Because
Larry Newville, he got all 5 of them.
Larry got all 5.
He got all 5.
Like I'd ask people, "What's your favorite one?" And it was never usually the same answer.
Toku Kid says Fast and the Furious. He gets a super chat.
That one was so good.
Fast and the Furious shirt rocks.
I love
That's
that.
our second highest seller, by the way.
Yeah, Jezzer loved that one.
Yes.
Actually, a lot of people that came by and didn't buy shirts are like, that is a really good design.
Right? Yeah, like it's smart.
Yeah.
All
but
of them were smart.
go and get your shirts today at TeePublic. They're only going to be available for a limited amount of time.
Yeah.
So if you don't get them now, then I don't know when they're going to come out again. Now, since we do talk about retro episodes of Power Rangers, one thing that's going to be happening this Tuesday is the 25th year of Power Rangers episode. I don't want to say anniversary.
You said you left out anniversary. Yep.
Anniversaries. I've already explained this.
We've already talked about what anniversaries are,
100%.
guys.
So the 25th year of Power Rangers episode is going to be airing this Tuesday, right here live at the Comic Bug at Manhattan Beach. The 3 of us will be there, along with Victor and Monty from Power Rangers Ninja Steel, and also Blue Ninja Steel Ranger Peter Sidarso.
All right.
and possibly one of the returning Rangers that's in that 25th anniversary episode, along with former Red Ranger, Dino Charge Red Ranger, Brendan Mejia. So if you refresh, it's now there.
The t-shirt link.
The t-shirt link. If you refresh now, the t-shirt link is there. But that is going to be happening this Tuesday, right here live at the Comic Bug at Manhattan Beach, starting at 7 p.m. Come on down, and then we're going to do a screening with all of us together, and then a live stream for all of you that can't make it. That is true. We are going to have everybody here, and it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be talking about and reminiscing about Power Rangers. We're going to be it's going to be a fun live stream that's not only going to focus on this particular episode, but it's going to focus on not just the particular episode, but the legacy of Power Rangers. And guess what? I feel like you're essentially getting a Morphicon panel post-Morphicon. So, and it's going to be right here live at the Comic Bug at Manhattan Beach. That hashtag show's putting this on with We the Geeks from East LA. So come out, join us. And again, Victor and Monty, Peter Sodarso, one of the Rangers that is possibly one of the Rangers that's returning for this anniversary episode. And again, Brendan Mejia from Dino Charge. Come join us live.
I love how it's like the melding of just Ranger Nation, you know? Like, just come together
and
to
this
bring
is so
something.
great after like post-con blues where it's like, oh man, still new content. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, because that is true with the post-con blues where you're just like, I didn't get enough even though I got a whole lot. I want a little bit more. And we're like, well, here's a little bit more for you. I love that.
And we know that some of you guys are already coming. I know that Toku Kid's going to be down here live.
Yes.
So all of you guys are welcome to come and join us. It's going to be a lot of fun at the Comic Bug at Manhattan Beach. That's 7 p.m. Again, 7 p.m. this Tuesday. And then we're going to do the live screening of the anniversary episode. Anniversary episode is the 24th anniversary, 25th year of Power Rangers. Larry Newbill gives us a super chat. He says, from the words from Blackwing, I need to move to the West Coast. Yes, all of you come closer to the hub. We call this the Power Ranger Hub. Obviously, it's the command center. We call this our very own command center. But join us here live on Tuesday. And who knows, we might even have those shirts for sale live here on Tuesday. We should have those shirts for sale here live on Tuesday. You can get them here Tuesday. Again, that's going to probably do it for us. Anything else you guys want to add to this?
Power Morphicon was amazing. I'm sorry that you guys didn't get to show up. And for those that didn't get to show up, 2020 is coming up. Make sure
start
you
planning.
Prepare. Yeah, start planning. Go ahead and start saving up for the hotels, airplane tickets, and everything like that because it is going to be amazing. If you thought that hashtag show along with the rest of Ranger Nation brought it, wait for 2020. It is going to be amazing.
Yes, and also for all of you that we met over the weekend, thank you guys so much for coming out. Thank you for the support. Thank you for showing up to Angel Grove Prom, which we had a blast at.
It was so much fun.
And like I said before, I said it last night, and I'll say it again, and I got asked this a lot, and you guys probably don't know this, but a lot of DMs about, since Angel Grove Prom was such a success, will you ever do it again? The answer to that question is no. We are never doing Angel Grove Prom again. However,
getting bigger and better.
We do have another Power Ranger theme thing planned. We're going to start working on it now, even though I said that 2 years ago. We're going to start working on it now, so hopefully by the time we get to 2020, it'll be exactly what I want it to be. Beyond that, we want to thank all of you guys for coming by our booth and taking pictures at the Megazord cockpit.
Tag that hashtag show.
We want
to see your pictures.
In your pictures, start tagging us so we can see them because we'll
share them.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll repost them.
We'll repost them.
There's been some really good ones.
We'll share them on the shows. Like, just let us know.
Yeah, you guys gotta share those pictures. Anybody that came by our booth and took a picture in the Megazord, thank you guys so much for your support. Now, if you guys want to see the Megazord come to your local convention, let that local convention know you guys want to see that hashtag show there because we want to be there and we want to meet each one of you in your cities from here to Power Morphicon Express,
Timbuktu,
New York, wherever you guys want to see us go. Let the convention know you guys want to see that hashtag show there. And if you guys get us there, we have look. The Angel Grove Prom was the tip of the iceberg. We have so much more planned panel-wise. There's so much we want to do that could be unique to your city. So let them know that you want to see that hashtag show in your hometown, in your local convention, whatever it may be. Guys, thank you so much for joining us this weekend. Sorry for all the technical difficulties, but some of your super chat's going to fix that.
Yes,
we promise.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
So thank you guys so much for joining us. I am Joe. Oh, you got to do your sign-offs, your social media stuff.
I'm Elle Tea on Instagram, and I recently have a Facebook thing that I'm trying out, so you can add me on Facebook now.
Is it a
Elle
page?
Tea.
Is it a Facebook
No,
page?
it's a Facebook profile. I got a profile picture and a cover picture, and I have friends.
Great.
Yeah.
All right.
Where can people find you on social media?
Just follow me on Instagram, Battlestar Galactica. That's pretty much where I am active. But I'm also on Twitter at that hashtag BSG.
You can find me at that hashtag Joe on all social media. Thank you guys so much for joining us. And check out our website for the latest Power Rangers and all news, trending, and geek entertainment. Please hit that like, share, and subscribe button to stay up to date with everything trending
In geek pop culture.
We'll see you Tuesday.